come back to a movie that you kind of, because Paul was saying that when you guys first started, all of you were kind of starting at the same time and stuff, to kind of revisit it again, is it surreal for you, or is it kind of fun, like you just kind of fell right into?
It was surreal because we hadn't seen each other for 8 years or 6 years or however long it was. So initially I was really nervous to see everyone. It was like the first day back at school. It was like, has anyone changed? What are they going to think of me? And then after a little while, it was like old times. And I think for me there was like an appreciation that wasn't there before, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing the first time around. I didn't know how big it was going to be. I knew it was a movie about cars and that we were shooting in LA, but I was like, so this time it was like, okay, we really do have something special, and we really can't let anyone down, and so it was really like a sweet experience for me. I
was kind of bummed that you didn't really get that much opportunity to go behind the wheel. I was like, this time maybe she's good. So were you kind of like? I was bummed after seeing the movie, because like Michelle's stuff looks so badass, and she just looks so cool doing her stunts, and then, you know, the one scene I do have in the car, I loved. So I was like, oh, I think if there is another one, I would love the opportunity to get behind the wheel and to do stunts. To kind of do stuff with Vin and Paul again, what's the difference between these two actors? Like, how do they approach things, or are they very similar? No, they're not very similar at all. Vin is very focused and to himself when we're actually shooting a scene, and then Paul's a little more laid back. But they're both very collaborative and very easy to work with, which is really good. To have Vin now also as an executive producer, does he bring him water? I had to like bring him his lunch. That's normal, right? Yeah, totally. Okay, good. So you did well. Just making sure. No, it wasn't like, oh, Vin's the boss now. It wasn't like that at all. I didn't really think about that, because he's always kind of like been Vin, and I always think of him as like, I don't know, like bigger than life in a way. So it didn't really change anything that he was the executive producer, because I always have a certain respect for him. I'm from New York also, so I know that when you first started, you actually didn't know how to drive, and I don't know how to drive. So you still don't? Yeah, I don't live here, so okay, I'm still in New York. Matter. Yeah, you can just hail a cab, whatever. Exactly. This is driving. So what was it like? What kind of a driver are you now? I mean, 8 years. I'm not too good. I have sensors, which are great, like the front sensors and the back sensors, which I think every New Yorker should have, every New York driver. But still, I still hit things, because the sensors, sometimes things are below my sensor, so I still hit those. But it's usually poles or walls. It's not a person ever, thank God. Or it used to be fender benders with other cars when I first got to LA, and I used to avoid the highways, which I think a lot of people from New York do, because they're like the scariest things ever. People don't do lights here. They just kind of, yeah. They're crazy. And like changing lanes is insane on the freeways here. But yeah, I'm getting better. Are you a bit of a car girl, or are you kind of like, oh, this is a car and this is a functional item for me, or do you get a little bit nerdy? Because Paul talked to me and he started talking about these cars, and I don't get like that. Like, I was like, yeah, people asked me. Someone asked me what NOS stood for, and I was like, I don't know. Rapper? I don't exactly. NOS the rapper. That's funny. No, that's what I'll say now. I'm gonna steal that. Go take it. That's mine now. But no, I don't know a lot about cars. I know like what I like, whether they look pretty and what I would like to drive, but I don't. Muscle cars and all of that. I wouldn't be a car collector. I'd rather spend it on shoes. And what nice shoes you have. Thank you very much. It's really nice talking to you. Thank you. Nice talking to you too. Cool.